on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook, hopefully. Should be coming on now to get the preview through. Just takes a little bit longer when we go on Instagram. I think it works on Instagram. Yeah, we're coming up on Instagram now. So welcome if you're just joining on Facebook, YouTube and Instagram. Welcome to Monday morning. We focus a little bit more on breath work on a Monday morning, and we're going to start off with a seated breath work practice before we go into some movement and to some cleansing and clearing to get us set up for the week. What I want to do for this first moment of seated breath work is I will just give you a couple of little cues, and the two main cues I'm going to give you as we work through the practice is I'm going to say pause, and when I say pause, you literally pause the breath. That might be in the middle of a breath, it might be at the top of the breath, or it might be at the bottom of the breath. Wherever it is, you just pause the breath, and then I will say breathe, and then you just start to breathe naturally again. I don't want you to think of breathing in any particular way. I just want you to breathe naturally, calmly, steadily, fluidly. And as I say, I'll just give you that pause and breathe. And the idea with this is that we're just giving ourselves that little bit of boost of buildup of carbon dioxide. It shouldn't be stressful. If it starts to feel uncomfortable, if it starts to feel stressful, then just take a break, just keep breathing. And we'll do this for about 5 minutes. So if you are good to go with that, let's get ourselves set up first. So if you're sitting on a chair, just have your feet in contact with the ground, stable on the surface that you're sitting. So making sure that you feel supported and stable on the surface that you're sitting. Lengthen up the spine, so nice and tall through the spine. Always good to think of a strong spine and then strong back of the body, and you can relax the front of the body. So let's bring some softness into the brow, into the forehead and the brow. So just soften into the brow, the eyebrows, the forehead. Soften into the eye sockets. You can have your eyes open or closed, whatever you feel comfortable with. So soften into the eyes. Soften into cheekbones and jaw. And then just relaxing the tongue, softening and relaxing the tongue on the roof of the mouth. It can be the tip of the tongue just on the roof of the mouth. That helps to soften and relax the throat. I'm just tuning in with the breath now. So just noticing the breath. A really simple place to notice the breath is in the nose, in the nostrils. So you can just feel the physical sensation of the air just as it flows in and out through the nose. Remember, you're not trying to breathe in any particular way. Just let the body breathe naturally as it wants. And when your mind has drifted off, as it will, just use this physical sensation of the air just as it flows in and out through your nose, just to bring your attention back to that breath, back to that physical sensation. In a moment I'm going to start with pause and breathe, and that's all I'm going to say for the next few minutes. Pause. Breathe. 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 Just breathing, tuning in again to that physical sensation of the air, just as it flows in and out through the nose. And now I'd like you to do a slightly fuller breath. So just take a nice, calm, fuller breath in through the nose, breathing more air into the lungs. And then just let go, just let that breath out, either through the mouth or through the nose. Opening your eyes when you're ready, if you have your eyes closed. And then just giving yourself a little bit of a morning stretch, stretching out to the side, stretching out to the top, having a little twist, having a little look behind. Good. So it's quite nice just to start off with just pausing the breath will give you that little boost of oxygen. It sounds a bit counterintuitive, but we need a certain level of carbon dioxide in the blood to help draw the oxygen from the blood into the cells, into the tissues. So that little pause should feel calming, relaxing. Hopefully, as I said, if it doesn't, then you just breathe naturally. Okay, so taking your time to come up to a standing position now, we'll do a little bit of movement with the breath, and we'll do a little bit of cleansing and clearing to start off with. So I'm just going to switch cameras. Take your time, no rush. If you need a little drink or anything, have a little bit of a drink. And then come to a standing position where you've got your feet about shoulder width apart. And you can still have that idea of strong spine, nice strong through the spine, relaxed front, soft and relaxed front. A little bit of softness in the knees, softness in the ankles. Let's start off with knocking. So rotating through the hips and the waist. Really relaxing the shoulders, between the shoulder blades, between the upper back. Just nice and steady. Breath is just normal, just natural here. You're just breathing in and out through the nose. Soft, light breathing. Remember, the whole idea of real life breathing is breathing to your metabolic needs. So just breathing just the right volume of air that you need for what you're doing at whatever moment in time. We are going to now gradually slow this down, and we're going to create a little bit of resistance. So think of moving your hands and arms through water. So you've got that little bit of resistance. We go nice and slow. And then we take a rest. Check in, stand tall through the spine. Let's do a little bit of spinal cord breathing. Spinal cord breathing is a bit like cat-cow in yoga if you practice yoga, but we're not doing it on the mat, we're doing it standing. So we just bend the knees a little bit. We're breathing in now, we breathe with the movement. We breathe in through the nose, and then we breathe out through the nose. We're tucking the tailbone there as we breathe out. We're curling up into a little ball. We're breathing in. We're tilting the pelvis. And then we're tucking the tailbone. Breathing out. As with all these movements, just go at your pace. So follow your breath. And you can make the movement smaller. It shouldn't be about forcing a movement. It's about encouraging that length through the back of the body and through the front of the body. Lengthening out the fascia, the muscles, the ligaments, the tendons. Massaging the organs. Moving the spine. Let's do 2 more. And then take a rest. Stand tall. Again, check in with how you're feeling. How does your body feel? How does your spine feel? Getting that blood flowing, getting the energy flowing through the body. Let's go a little bit wider in your stance now. So we take the feet a little bit wider apart. We're going to hinge the hips back a little bit, just resting on the thighs, not putting too much weight through the thighs. And we're just moving side to side, so shifting the weight side to side. And if I mirror you, if I shift to the left, I think that's mirroring you, yeah, because I'm going right. I'm going to look at the opposite foot, and then I'm going to give that wave through the spine. So it's like, imagine you've got a tail, big tail connected to the end of your tailbone, and you're swishing that tail. Then it creates that whole ripple through the spine. Just go nice and slow, nice and steady. As always, if there's any pain, any strain, just stop the movement. Move the body like a river, like a flowing movement, steady flow. Few more. And then slowly take your time. Just slowly come up to standing. Good, and then walking your feet together and just letting the breath settle. As I was saying earlier, if you think about optimal breathing in everyday life for everything you're doing, you're breathing just the right volume of air, breathing to your metabolic needs. But what we're going to do now is a little bit of cleansing and clearing breath, because occasionally you want to let go, and that's a really good way of just cleansing and clearing. You wouldn't be breathing like that all day long, otherwise you'd end up over breathing. But every so often we'll do a natural sigh. And if anybody's watched Andrew Huberman's podcast, he talks about the physiological sigh. And the physiological sigh is where you take a calm breath in. So we take more air in, we take it in nice and slow. And then we do a little top up. And then we just let go. And this is really good just for those occasions where you just want that sort of like in the moment cleansing and clearing, stress release. We don't want to get into the habit of sighing a lot, because if we sigh too much, it can be a sign of dysfunctional breathing. But we do naturally every so often do this slightly fuller breath. So let's just do 3 physiological sighs, and we can do that together. So we can do it standing, nice and tall through the spine. When we take that fuller breath in, keep it calm. So we breathe in low and build up, and then little top up, and then let go. Nice long breath out, cleansing and clearing. Let's do that again. Breath in, top up, and let go. It's like that morning sigh when you wake up in the morning, look out the window, and it's still pitch black at the minute, but look out the window, it's like, let go. But now to counterbalance that, just breathing light, soft, slow. So again, you wouldn't breathe like that all day long, but just the occasional cleansing and clearing. It's really good for getting that oxygen exchange, getting oxygen from the lungs into the blood, also getting the carbon dioxide out. It's also useful if you're exercising and if you get into the edge where you can't comfortably breathe through the nose. Nice big physiological sigh, cleansing and clearing. A couple of those are really good then just to bring you back to that soft, light, metabolic breathing, if you like, breathing to your metabolic needs. So let's combine that with a little bit of movement. So the movement is going to be with the arms, and you're going to bring the arms up and then you're going to drop the arms. So we're going to do a breath in and then we're going to do a little top up and then let go. And let's do that again. Breath in, little top up, and let go. Let's do one more. Breath in, top up, and let go. And then it's important to bring it back to that light, soft, easy breathing in and out through the nose. You might, if you start to feel a little bit lightheaded, just really breathe softly, effortlessly in and out through the nose. Let's add a little bit more movement to that movement. So I'll show you first. You breathe in, you top up, and then as you let go, you drop and swing to the side. So you swing and then you come up and swing and come up, and then you just get into that rhythm of swinging side to side. Now you won't need as full a breath because we don't want to start over breathing as you're going to start feeling very lightheaded. So you can just do a gentle breath in and let go. And you can just let go through the nose. You can think of cleansing and clearing through the nose. Again, it doesn't have to be a massive big breath because otherwise we're going to start to feel lightheaded. And if you do feel lightheaded, just stop. And you'll notice we've got that little double bounce at the bottom. Couple more. And then slow it down. And then just come back to standing. And taking your time to let the breath settle. And then, almost like the ultimate cleansing and clearing is having a good shake. So let's start with the legs. So you're just using the legs as pumps. So you're just bouncing up and down in the legs and feel that move up the spine, up into the shoulders, into the hair, into the neck, into the head. And then you can bring the wrists into it. So you start to use the arms as well. And then we can do just a couple of cleansing and clearing breaths with that idea of the physiological sigh. So breathing in and Just do a few. Again, we don't want to start feeling lightheaded. If you feel comfortable, you can start to come up onto the ball of the foot and hit the heels into the ground. And again, that brings more vibration through the body. Having a really good shake. Do a cleansing, clearing breath as and when it feels good for you. Breath in and good old shake, 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 shake. And then slowing it down, slowing it down, slowing it down. Slowing it down, standing. Just open up the shoulders a little bit. Think of that strong spine. Soft front of the body. Feel those tingling sensations, the energy, the blood flowing around the body. Really just letting the breath settle. And then we'll do some pulling down the heavens. So think of this as just a very easy flow movement, breathing in softly, breathing out softly. So keep the breath light, soft. Follow your breath. Calming and centering. And then just interlocking your thumbs. Resting on your lower abdomen, resting your palms, letting the elbows just soften into the side of the body, bringing your feet together, and just taking a moment in the standing posture of bamboo in the wind. So closing your eyes and just going with the movement of the body, just the natural movement of the body. It may gently swing and sway. Just go with that movement. Tuning in again to that physical sensation of the air just as it flows in and out through the nose. Notice the coolness of the air as you're breathing in. And then taking a calm, full breath again in through the nose. Opening your eyes. Stepping out. Gently brushing your hands together. Just give yourself a little bit of a brush down. Nice soft brush down. Arms, back, legs. Tummy. Excellent, thank you. Hope that is a good way to start your Monday morning off. A little bit of energizing with that small pause of the breath, and a little bit more cleansing and clearing, and then calming and centering at the end of the session there. Just a point on Wednesday, I mentioned it to the Zoom group. I won't be teaching the class on Wednesday. Alice will be teaching the class to the premium group on Zoom. On Facebook there will be a replay of a classic class, so if you're on Facebook, watch a classic class. Otherwise on YouTube and on Instagram we'll be back next Monday for a similar session as today. Thanks for joining me. Have a great rest of the day, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye. Thank you. Bye bye.